That's my gut. I'm 61 years old. I am feeling like I'm getting older, and I don't like it. So the question that I thought of the other night was that, do I want to go out of this life with a whimper, or do I want to go out with a bang? And whimper would be kind of that what I see a lot of guys doing, where they say, "Oh, I'm so old. Oh, I'm getting old. Oh, yeah, not what it used to be." All of that talk. Or am I going to be like, you know what? This body is a miracle of evolution. I have the ability to be better tomorrow than I was today, and be better the next day after that, and be better the next day after that, simply by putting in the work and exercising. I have some experience with this. I was never an athlete growing up. I was the second to last kid picked in almost any sport, and you who were picked last, you know who you are. But I was second to last almost all the time because I was not a good athlete. And it wasn't until I had worked many years and not done a lot of physical stuff. I was in my 40s before I started to moan and groan and start to feel that age thing. And so that was 20 years ago, essentially. And I started to try walking, and then I started riding a bicycle, and then eventually started to get into shape. And I did get into shape. I started riding bikes, and I started increasing the distance, and I started increasing the speed, and I started really increasing the distance, and I started doing some 100-milers, and it was great, and I loved it. And you buy all the gear, and it's a lot of fun. And then I was in a marriage that wasn't going well, and I was spending a lot of time on the bikes on the weekends. And so my now ex-wife, asked me to find a different exercise that would help to happen more quickly, so that I could get home and not be completely devastated and lay on the couch after a 75-mile bike ride or whatever. So I did that, and the running thing turned into exactly the same thing the biking thing turned into, which was 5 miles turned into 10, turned into 15, and pretty soon I was signing up for my first half marathon, and then an ultra marathon, and pretty soon I was doing ultra marathons. And but it was an amazing time for me, because during this time I was discovering what I really wanted out of life. Spending time alone and involved in some kind of activity like that clears your head, gets a lot of chemicals going that weren't going before, and you start to get clarity around what is important to you and what makes you happy. I kind of worked on a lot of demons out during that time, and I changed my life. I got divorced. I retired from my job. I'm doing different things now. My life is completely different. I've met somebody completely different who is also a runner, and we are both kind of aging together, I guess. But I want to make sure that as I age, that I just continue to get better. And I have spent the last couple of years of my life really slacking and really using excuses not to run and not to exercise. And as a result, you saw the gut. I'm now at least 25 pounds overweight, and I am feeling like I'm feeling the age. My body's changing. I think about things a little differently, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to slide down into that, whimper. At this point, I'm either out of shape or I am old. And the one thing that when I do that problem solving, I can attack the issue of out of shape by just getting off my ass and getting out there and trying to do more than I'm doing today. And so that's my goal, is to do that. And so all of this is the big lead up to say, you know what, I've been slacking, I've gained a bunch of weight, I've gotten out of shape, but I'm going to get my butt in gear, and I'm going to sign up for something. And so I signed up for a 100-mile race in September of 2026. It is currently February 2nd of 2026, and I have 8 months to get ready. I have started in January, probably 2 weeks ago. I started running, trying to build up my mileage and trying to run consistently. Right now, my average pace for a mile is probably about 13 minutes per mile, which is like some people can walk that fast, you know. It just feels like my legs don't want to turn like they need to, like the cartilage has changed how it was before. And I was never super fast, but I was fast enough. I mean, I have even finished at least 2 races that I've done of a 50K length. I finished in 3rd place, so that's not bad. I mean, that's a you know, you have a good day and the right people don't show up for the race, and you might end up getting there. But today I can't even do that. I've been to a couple of small events that we signed up for out here. They're like a monthly race that is 7, 8, and 9 mile races. And the first 2 that I've done, I came in towards the end of both of those. I finished them no problem, and I have the endurance for the most part, no problem. But yeah, it was weird to come in with the people at the back of the pack, and it was pretty humbling. It just tells me how far I've fallen and how far I have to go. And having gone that distance already, digging myself out of a sedentary lifestyle to an ultra running lifestyle, I know that it's a hard road to take. And so that's one of the reasons for making these videos is I want to share it with you. I want you to come with me on this journey, and it's going to motivate me, because telling you about it is going to help you hold me accountable so that I can then feel motivated to go and do the training and put the time in and get the work done. So, and what I'm hoping is that this will also benefit you, because I will talk about things in some of my future videos, and some of them will take place out on the trail or they'll take place out on the roads. But I will talk to you about what I've learned about recovery, about nutrition, about gear, you know, I kind of take a simple approach to running, and and kind of an unstructured approach. I'm not a big old, you know, print a thing and follow it exactly. You know, I listen to who I am and what my body wants. I think that's a key to being successful at this kind of thing. So, but I'm hoping that you'll join me, and that you tell me about your efforts to get to go out with a bang and not a whimper. And what you found works for you. I would love to hear about it, because that would allow me to learn some things. But I hope that we can have this conversation as we go forward, and you can help me reach my goals and continue to improve. So I think that's going to be it for today, and I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you thinking about this. I think we're going to each have to be pretty vulnerable with each other about where we're going and what we're doing. So thank you.